So mixing drums can either be confusing or a lot of fun, depending on what you do. There's this whole concept of additive work versus subtractive work. Generally, if you're good at picking samples, the question becomes, what do I add to this? How do I make it better? Let me show you a couple things that you do to drums to sauce them up using this plugin, which is just like a one-stop shop for drum mixing, honestly.
He lets it consume and his fate disappears. It hurts, it destroys, traps its hostages deep.
And I'm gonna use Knock by Decap for this. So this plugin Knock really thought of everything. We got punch, saturate, sub, air, and clip. These are generally the things that you'd want to do additive saucing up to in drums. So if we want punch, I mean, what do you think that is? That's attack, right? Not bad. Adding a little bit more to the hi-hats in terms of that, like, you know, getting them to cut through. A little bit more like kick drum too. I'm a big fan of that. Saturate. Oh my lord. Okay, a little bit's nice. Anything past this amount, it brings up the reverb a little bit too much. Routing is a little funky here. So the cool thing about this, right, is that you can actually see what frequency you want to enhance in the subs. So our sub is around C sharp. Let's switch that to C sharp, also known as D flat. It's gonna bring up, yeah, oh no. That's a little bit too much, honestly. A little bit of sub is nice. I do have a sub bass in this, so I don't want to clutter that too much. A little bit of air. That helps with the hi-hats. That's pretty nice. I like clean. I'm a clean kind of guy. No dirt on my record. And then, of course, clipping. Clipping is very important. Let's see what this sounds like. This might sound bad in context, but in the recording, this is the sauce. I'm talking about in context. In context, this is the sauce, though. And then, of course, you do want to adjust the output gain so that you're not increasing the gain and think it's better because it just sounds louder. By the way, you can do this on individual drums. I was doing this on just like kick drums and snares the other day. Yeah, let's hear with and without now in the mix.
Every eruption of truth brought to light. Voices uncut from which youth is bled dry. This is our country and this is your path. Your thoughts are worth money. Your musings are math.
Objectively better. Stands out a little bit more, has a little more power behind every little aspect of the drums, the dynamics, the tone, the depth.
This merciless void that puts promises.
This is why mixing does not stop once you get something clean. Once you get something clean, it is your responsibility to make the song and the mix stand out by doing additive work like this. So of course, do not neglect the additive sauces that you could be doing to your drums or anything for that matter. And of course, yeah, check out this amazing plugin called Knock by Decap. If you really have no idea where to start with mixing, I'd love to walk you through step by step on how to do this so that you don't have to watch all these YouTube videos. I'm sure it's an overwhelming amount of information online, but I could basically diagnose where you're at and take you fully across the finish line to the point where you're finishing songs that you're super happy with. So if you feel like you would benefit from some hands-on guidance instead of having to watch all these YouTube videos, please just click the link below and you know, we'll chat. I'd love to meet you.
Every eruption of truth brought to light. Voices uncut from which youth is bled dry.